Hello again, beautiful souls. I'm Antoinette. This is the Flow Through Life podcast where we talk about anything and everything. And today, as you can see, I have the beautiful Brandy with me. And the cool thing about this show is all the women that I've been able to meet, and Brandy's one of the strongest out of literally all of them. So I'm super excited about this podcast, and I hope that you guys are too. So Brandy, thank you so much for joining us. She has her own business. She also balances being a mom and a wife while managing a condition that many of us really don't know a lot about. We are going to hear more, so you guys stay tuned on that. And would you mind telling us a little bit more about yourself, Brandy, other than what I have mentioned so far?
Yeah, I think you kind of covered everything.
Yeah, thank you.
I do. I am not physically strong. It's a lot of mental and spiritual focus that just helps me get through every day. I live with a rare pain condition that affects about 200,000 people, which is actually considered rare. And it took me probably 15 years to get a diagnosis. But it's crazy, and it's made me change how I live my life. I've had to slow down a lot and everything, but through it, I've been able to spend more time with my daughter Isabel, and just learn to, take it easier than I used to, and everything. It's been an adjustment, but it's all worked out.
Right, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, and you are, like I said, super mentally strong, and physically, really, to be able to deal with that on a,
I can't lift weights like I used to, but
That's right. And it is all about mental, you got to switch your mindset into the positive mode and really work through certain things, I
Yeah,
can imagine.
you absolutely do. I've come back from massive points of depression just to get through. So
I
it's,
bet.
it's possible.
Yeah, awesome. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for telling us about that.
Sure.
I guess we'll just jump right in. So, you do have your own business currently. That is
Mm-hmm.
called Tink Belle, right?
Tink Belle Crafts. I love to tinker with things, and Tinkerbell is my favorite character. And then my daughter is Belle, so it's Tink Belle.
Yeah, I love
So,
it.
a little play on everything, and
I love how
making
that is.
everything.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And you have a little Tinkerbell magic in you too.
thank you.
Always do. You like, I feel like you're one of those people that spreads positivity wherever they go. It's just like,
I try. There's just, it needs it.
yeah, the world does need it. That's right.
We need it.
Oh my gosh. Well, what got you started on Tink Belle?
So, before the pandemic started, I just wanted to do something fun with my daughter. And it was coming up on spring break and everything. And so we started out actually doing paint pour vases.
Mm-hmm.
And what a paint pour vase is it's a vase. And we mix whatever colors you want into it. And then we slowly, you can kind of see it on the top, we slowly just pour it from the top. And it comes down and it just makes these beautiful designs.
That is gorgeous.
And so, it was just something fun. She's artistic, and I just kind of want to bring that out in her.
Yeah.
And we really don't make any money from what we do. We give back. It pays for either her art supplies, or we eventually evolved into masks for medical workers when the pandemic originally hit. And we have donated 500 and some odd masks at this point.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
So every mask purchase helps us donate one or two, and we go above and beyond with that too.
Yeah. Oh, that's so great.
We do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, right. That's nice. That's kind of how I am. Just dabble all over. That's so good.
If you want it, fine. We'll find a way to make it.
Right. Oh, that's so perfect. What is one of your favorite crafts that you guys have done together?
My favorite one is this vase right here. And I don't know if you can see all these little dots here.
Oh, yeah.
But this one was a special one. So I love corgis. I work with a corgi rescue, and my oldest was 13. And he suffered with mouth cancer for about a year, did great and everything. And then we lost him in July. And
Mm.
so that vase was in remembrance of him.
Excuse
Bless you.
me.
Uh,
Thank you.
that vase was in remembrance of him, and all
Oh,
those little specks on there are actually part of his cremains. And
that
so
is so cool.
yeah, he loved being in the garden. So it was just a way for us to remember him. And it's also something we can do for others. Like if you want something that has your parents' cremains, grandparents, your pets, anything like that,
Yeah.
it's like $50 minimum online. It's crazy.
Wow.
And that we do our standard price for a regular vase, which is the first one, was like $20.
That's not bad.
And it's just $10 more for anything you want us to do with cremains. If there's anything left, we'll send it back to you.
Yeah.
We're
That's
very
great.
respectful of everything we do.
Mhm.
And it teaches Belle to respect people, and it also, it helps the healing process.
Yeah.
So we've done keychains, we've done our vase, just different things.
That's
So
super cool. That's so
yeah,
special. I love that.
it's my favorite.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I was just thinking, like, what about like paw prints? I could get like the animal's paw print or
Mhm.
something and incorporate that. That would be cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was actually one of the pieces I did, and you can see it on our website where I took his paws and just turned it into a bouquet.
oh my gosh.
Um, it it was just it was
Cute.
something. It was fun and simple, but it was still meaningful at the same time, and it wasn't expensive.
Right.
Um, so
Oh,
yeah, and like some of the stuff
love
we
that.
do is easy and you can do it at home. And some people are like, I don't have a crafting bone in my body. And so we don't mind doing it for you.
Yeah.
It's fine.
That's
So,
so true. Some people are just
yeah,
like, nope, I don't have that crafting, thing. I mean, I think everybody does have it, but it's about like tapping in the right way
yeah.
because it's about being creative, like in your own way, really.
Well, and people think that they have to be like perfect. Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't do it right the first time.
right.
Well, that art is
No.
just art. That's whatever
Correct.
you make of it.
Correct.
Make a mistake, learn from it, move on, do better on the next one. I didn't do that perfectly the first time I did it.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
takes time.
it does.
Uh,
Slow and steady
So,
wins the race.
yeah.
That's so great. Well, that's so fun, all of those different crafts. I love it.
So, yeah, we,
Um,
this is one of our little Christmas ones.
I was just about to ask, can we expect holiday gifts?
Yes.
But that
So
mask looks great. I know you made ours.
so I've
Upgraded.
updated them since I did
Mm-hmm.
yours. Yeah.
I've seen that.
Because we were making them for medical workers, we had to do a lot of research into what we
Yeah.
were doing.
Yeah.
And so all of our masks now come with ear bands that are actually made from LuLaRoe leggings. Um,
They're so
so
comfy too.
Oh my gosh, everybody's like, I forget I'm wearing my mask. I've had it on for 8 hours. I
Yes.
got a friend that she works 10-hour shifts, and she's like, I hate wearing a mask, but
Uh-huh.
I don't feel like I'm wearing it anymore.
Oh, that's great.
And we do them to be lightweight so that they don't have
Mm-hmm.
that extra face. And so it's
Yeah.
not shoved up against your face either.
Right.
Um,
Right.
yeah, because you take it off, you get lipstick everywhere.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I mean, it's like literally everything. Like,
I don't have time for that.
no.
So we've got Christmas ones. We can make them in adult, teen, kids. If you have somebody who's on like the more of, the 3X, 4X sizing, I can make something bigger for the wider faces too.
That's great.
Um, so like we try to work with
Totally
everybody.
customizable.
Yeah, this one is corgis,
Of course.
made from
Of
a
corgi
very
it
good
is.
friend of ours. Yes.
How
And then we've just
cute.
got some fun ones too.
Ooh, I love
Um,
that.
that one pretty. And then we always, so like, a lot of times you'll put a mask on and you're like, oh crap, what side did I just have on my face? I don't want
Yes.
germs on my face.
Right, right, right.
So it's one color on the inside and then a
Mm-hmm.
different color on the outside.
Good.
So then if you want to wear you wash it and then you want to wear the other side next time, you can, and that's
Right.
fine. So you've got a double use mask.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it works out. We always have, whoever it is pick out the original pattern, and then we just pick whatever goes with the backside.
Right. Which is perfect. And I mean, like, really, the ears are just, that's so, oh, they're so comfy. They really are.
I had
That's
a
important.
nurse come by for I had a nurse come by today to pick some up,
Hmm.
and like she texted me 10 minutes later and she's like, where have these been? I love these. I'm gonna get more.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
So yeah, I mean, I've not had anybody tell me they've had a problem with them. So we have, and Belle has a hand in everything that we do. If it's a mask, she's had her hand on it in some way, shape, or form.
That's so great. What a
Um,
great way to learn too. Like, they don't teach that type of stuff
yeah,
in the school system anymore,
I
sewing
know.
and cooking and, cleaning. I mean, like literally, like some of that stuff like is important. It's day-to-day life.
Everything I've done is self-taught, but
Right.
it's just play with it, learn.
Totally agree. Oh my gosh,
So
I love it. Well, you sound like you stay super busy. So what's a typical day for you? Oh,
these
there's
are
the
my
holiday ones.
yes, so we've got
Oh
ornaments
my
too.
gosh, I love it. The
So
glitter and the
we have
vinyl.
a lot. So typical day for me. I so I suffer from complex regional pain syndrome, which it has been around since basically the Civil War. So it's been around a long time.
Hmm.
But the problem is it takes forever to find a diagnosis because you have to exclude everything else out. You can try to do an MRI, but you're not really going to see much. And what it is the nerves are frayed. So back to science class, okay? You've got your nerves, and around the nerve, you have a protective layer called the myelin sheath.
Hmm.
Well, think of it like a electrical wire that has that protective coating on it.
Yeah.
When that coating gets stripped away, you just have live wires. And so that's what happens to the nerves.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
so it literally sometimes it feels like there's just electricity going through my body. I'm
Yeah.
burning up a lot. It feels like there's just fire ants crawling on
Right.
me.
Like they're
And
like
usually,
firing off.
yeah, and
Wow.
usually it's in like a hand or arm or leg, something like that, a smaller area.
Hmm.
Um, I am one of, because my body likes to do crazy things. I am one of the few people who actually has it literally head to toe and it's starting to go to my internal organs.
Mm.
Um,
Oh my
so
gosh.
some days I wake up and I'm like, hey, I just got a lot of energy and I go out and I do a bunch of stuff and I can't.
Hmm.
Um, Most of my days, I wake up around 10 or so just because my body's so sore. And it takes me another 2 hours just to kind of get moving and everything. I have to have
Yeah.
a shower chair because I
Yeah.
can't stand up. I keep
Yeah.
my hair short because moving around makes it sore.
Wow.
Um, and it's like every day you get 10, say they call it the spoon theory.
Yeah.
And so you get like 10 spoons for the day and that's all you can spend. And so it might take one or two spoons to get up out of bed, another one to take a shower. Then you've got to eat breakfast and you still have your whole day and you've only got 8 left.
Right.
Like
Oh,
it's like
wow.
a friend of mine described it as a rechargeable battery that's been recharged too many times and it can no longer hold anything.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Wow.
what it's like. So, some days I have to lay in bed all day. I can't get out of like that was most of my day yesterday
Yeah.
and today. And then, eventually I can kind of get up and move around for an hour or two. Don't
Hmm.
have the energy to cook anymore, anything like that. So we just kind of keep it simple.
Yeah.
Um, it's it's a lot, but I haven't worked a job for 2 years just because I can't. I don't have the strength.
Yeah.
Uh, and so being able to do the Tink and Belle Crafts, I always tell people, I will say, it'll usually take me a day or two to get something done, and I'll add an extra day or two onto that just in
Right.
case.
Right.
And most of the time I get it done early just because I want to and I want to help.
Mm-hmm.
But it gives me that extra cushion in case I need a day or two down.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah.
good. And it's nice. Then you can make your own schedule and, and then still
Hmm.
enjoy time with her and the family.
Right.
So that's good.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds
So
like definitely every day is something new.
it is. I never know what day I'm gonna wake up to.
Hmm.
Um, and I went from being, a strong type A personality. You had a problem, bring it to me. I'll get it done. No big deal. That was my
Yeah.
motto. There's a
Yeah.
problem, I'll fix it. Just tell me. I like to make things happen.
Hmm.
And, as it progressed in me and got worse, I couldn't do it anymore. And I had to change my whole mindset to, if I don't get this done today, that's okay.
Right. Right.
Life is gonna go on, and I had to let go of a lot of
Yeah.
control.
Yeah.
And so but it's November is CRPS Awareness Month. Our color is
Right.
orange.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
so because of all the burning we do. But yeah, it's day by day. That's what we do.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Whew, wow. Well, I think that everybody definitely knows you a lot better now. Oh my gosh, like that is just insane. And let's see, we talked about like basically being able to set your own hours, work at your convenience, and I'm
Mhm.
sure that can be definitely overwhelming at times, but it sounds like you've got it balanced pretty well. And I think you're right about kind of flowing through it, which is kind of the name of the podcast, Flow Through Life. Like
Yeah.
it's so important to literally just flow and let it flow. One of
Hmm.
the spiritual teachers that I follow, Lori Ladd, she describes it like a river. And, every once in a while there's a rock. And you can either flow past the rock, which is a worry or an issue, or you can hold on and grab onto the rock.
Hmm.
So it's up to
There,
you.
yeah.
The water doesn't hold on to the rocks. The water flows ultimately, it's like be like water. So, it puts things into a different perspective. And I'm like, gosh, it makes you think.
Yeah. You just gotta,
Right,
you just gotta let it go sometimes.
right, right. Just flow
If it
through.
doesn't get done, yeah.
Gosh, dude, you have such a bright light. Like seriously, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for doing this. Um,
Sure.
let's see. We talked a little about the corgi rescue, but do you want to talk a little more about that, or is there anything else that you wanted to
Yeah.
share about? I know we kind of
Um,
went through a lot.
no,
I
sorry.
love it. No, I'm loving it. Like it's
um,
so perfect. Like this is how it should go. We're just flowing right through. Right, flowing.
um, yeah. So about a year and a half ago, I joined, which I've had my eye on it for about 10 years, and I finally made that jump.
Right.
I started volunteering and fostering for Sunshine Corgi Rescue.
Hmm.
And we are a rescue for all corgis, corgi mixes. They must look like a corgi.
Just
um,
like the look.
I've, I've had the
Oh my
ones with, 12-inch legs. And, oh, yeah, no, it's not. Little legs.
God. You're like, no,
Um,
they all have little legs.
but we are all across the state of Florida. And we will take a dog in, whether it be from a shelter that can't place them because they're older.
Yeah.
We've had one of those in our home, um, or dogs that just have medical conditions. Like I have a permanent foster with me, Ox,
Mhm.
who has cardio issues
Mm.
from being on grain-free food
Oh,
for 2 years. It it really does impact dogs. We're seeing it a lot more with younger or with smaller breeds.
really?
Um, but yes, like it kind of became this weird fad out of nowhere. Um, and so a lot of companies have started to do better about it.
Hmm.
But because he's got that, it's his medications are crazy expensive, and then he's got to see the cardiologist every year. So they deemed him a not adoptable dog. Um, and he is the sweetest dog. He's 4.5. He's right here chilling out. And he's just kind of relaxed, come into his own. He came from a home with, younger kids.
Hmm.
And they were just busy with their other dogs and their baby, and they weren't thinking, hey, we should keep the baby away from the dog so the dog doesn't get stressed.
Right.
And with his heart and everything. So it just kind of became a situation. Well, we took him in.
Yeah.
And we will take a dog in any shape, form, it doesn't matter.
That's so good. I
And
love
we
that.
place them within the state of Florida.
And
And
it's
we have
a
fosters.
rescue, not a kill, like an
Yeah,
actual kill shelter, which is what the majority of them are, right?
yes.
That's the big difference
That's
between
the
you
thing.
guys and like
And we know the
animal.
breed. Everybody that fosters with us, I personally do the background checks on now.
Oh, good.
Um, and so our fosters are we go into deep
Oh, I think I
background
lost
checks. We do
you.
home
Oh,
checks. Everything. We make sure people know, one, what they're getting into.
right.
Because I love when people are like, oh, I, got this corgi and I didn't know they shed this much. Yes, they will shed you
A
a new
lot.
sweater every day. um,
Animal glitter
so
everywhere.
oh, yeah, it's corgi glitter. That's all it is.
It is everywhere.
That's what I
Same thing
tell
like
people.
German, or what is it, golden retrievers, right? They just like shed so much. There's like certain breeds that are just insane.
Where did this come from?
Yep, yep, right. It's like, how do you even have
Um,
so much hair on you?
yeah, so we are always looking for vets to partner with to help us get
Yeah,
discounted rates for vaccines and everything, because we want our dogs to be healthy when they go out.
yeah, yeah.
Um, and we're always
Good.
looking for fosters, for just volunteers that can help us if we need a dog to get from Tallahassee to Tampa,
Mm-hmm.
um, things like that. So, and we don't. The biggest thing this year is we haven't been able to have our fundraisers.
Oh, right,
Um,
right,
and
because everything's
that's
shut
how
down.
we survive.
Right, right.
And we usually do corgi races twice a year in Tampa. And we weren't able to do that this year because the pandemic started. So,
Turkey
biggest thing I
races.
can say is, it's awesome.
It sounds
We're going
adorable.
out. It's at the
I was like
Champions
trying to
of
write down
Downs.
like Corgi Rescue so we could add that to the email, or the link. But
Yeah, I'll give it
oh
to
my
you. Um,
God.
but the biggest thing I can say this year, whether it's my rescue or another one that's local to whoever's out there,
Yeah.
give to the rescues, even if it's $10.
Yeah.
That helps.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
pays for a vaccine for us.
Wow. That's
It
good to
just
know.
it's every rescue. It's not just mine. Every rescue
Yeah.
is operating on a very reduced budget.
That's great
And
to
we're still
know.
dogs still need help, so we're still taking them in. We're not going to tell them no.
Right,
Um,
right, right. And then I'm
so,
sure, yeah.
and then we have dogs that have, like, one of a friend of mine had a foster who had continuous bladder issues, because people don't realize dogs get all these stuff that we do too.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh
and
my
so
gosh, yeah.
she
Mine
ended up with
has
a bladder
seizures.
stone. Yes, she had a bladder stone that had to be removed.
Oh my gosh. Poor thing.
So that's an expensive surgery, but we do it
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
best for them.
Right, right. And it, prolongs, or what is it? Prolongs their chances of life. Did I say that
Mm-hmm.
backwards? Did I
I
say
think so.
right? Okay. I'm like, the words are here.
There's somewhere.
Right, right, right. So,
Usually.
right. But that's so good though. That's great to know, because I really had no idea that even if we could just go and donate like $10 here and there, that
You
absolutely would help tremendously.
Yeah, so you can usually go to any rescue's website and donate that way.
Oh, good.
Another great way, which just hit me because my friend sent me a Amazon link. So Amazon has a program called Amazon Smile.
Mm,
And you just go into your Amazon account and turn on the Smile feature, and you can pick any charity you want.
really?
Uh, and Sunshine Corgi Rescue's on there. I mean, if you're into cancer research, CRPS, anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
they are out there and they're on there, and it is a 0.5% of your total order goes to that charity.
So it's
Um,
literally like through any Amazon order, you can just click right, like.
Yep. You update, like once you do it, you update your app on your
Right?
phone, or if you go online, you make sure you start at smile.amazon.com.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then it just automatically, and it'll tell you at the end, we're going to donate, to Sunshine Corgi Rescue, a percentage of your order.
That's
And
great.
so, every rescue, every charity gets a different amount depending on
Mhm.
who is signing up for it.
That's
Uh,
cool.
but yeah, it's a really great way to do it. I think PayPal, actually, I just saw one the other day, was like, "Hey, this is a charity you like. Do you want to donate?" And I was like, "Yeah, give an extra dollar."
Right, might as well.
It helps. It adds
Yeah,
up,
yeah,
especially this year.
right,
So
right. It's like when they
yeah.
ask at the pet store every time you check out, like, do you want to donate a
Hmm.
dollar? You know?
Or like Publix does, I think St. Jude,
Yes,
and
yes.
the Miracle Network and March of Dimes and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that's
So,
great.
every little bit helps.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Especially if people have Christmas shopping right now. Like, come on.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Uh-huh. Oh my
so yeah,
gosh.
I
Wonderful.
I think at some point in either December or January, I'm going to do about 2 weeks where anything ordered on my site, I will donate a percentage,
Oh,
to the rescue.
good.
So we try, we
Mhm.
don't do a lot, but whatever we can.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's all, that's
yeah.
like how I'm kind of in that, that stage too. I mean, we met through LuLaRoe and I was selling that and, being a stylist and a consultant, so,
Yeah.
I was very much into that in the sales and that mentality of work, 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 go, go, and it gets so overwhelming and, it's nice to like have the option to do it,
Mm.
but now I'm kind of flowing away from that. Like I just get back to that word flowing because it's so important to just like flow through things, not worry about it. And I really want to give back more rather than trying to sell, you know?
So here's something interesting that you said. You brought up the word worry, and it just brought something to my mind. About maybe 3 weeks ago,
Mhm.
I was in church, and it was probably the one of the most profound things that my pastor has ever said, and
Mhm.
I mean, he's awesome. But he goes, if God's not worrying about it, are you allowed to worry about it? Should you be? Why are you?
Right.
And like, what if God's not worried, I'm not worried. And so like it's just changing that mentality of, what? It's not in my hands.
Right.
I can do the best I can, but it's not in my hands.
Right. Right. That's so
So
true,
yeah.
it is. And it's about keeping that positive aspect of just like, winding it back.
Yep.
Which is, it's good. I
Like,
love those kind of quotes where it like just sticks with you and kind of makes you really think.
mm-hmm.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I
So
love it. Well, I think
it's good.
we're to the point where I will ask you if there's anything about me that you have wanted to ask or we haven't talked about or maybe you think our audience might find fun
um,
or I don't know. I'm always interested to see what people have to say.
something earlier and it was funny. I don't remember.
Talking about something
Oh,
crazy.
I was gonna challenge.
Aliens,
I
rabbit
was gonna
holes.
challenge you to show me your mess.
The mess? What do you mean?
I know you get like panicky about if your house isn't perfect.
Oh,
I was like,
oh
oh,
my gosh, you're so
because
funny.
we all have those houses.
Yes. Oh no, girl, I'm like, we have clutter. Like it's so much clutter. Like our middle room, so like this is our boutique area. And yes,
Mhm.
I do get overwhelmed when there's just mess everywhere. It totally is. So like this is like the boutique now turning into like my zone, my zen space
Make it your
with,
area.
all my crystals and I've got like my cute little crystal tree. I
That's
love that.
cute.
Isn't that cute? I like fell in love with it from forever ago. And my cards and all that fun stuff. But yeah, like so there is this is one wall, right? And then there's the dressing room, two
Mhm.
racks, three racks, and then in the other room, that used to be filled in our dining room too.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm only down to the bottom rack in this room.
That's
So
awesome.
it got to the point where I just donated like all of the Irma tunics and just a lot of the discontinued stuff that like I just, you know, it needs to be loved and it needs to go to a place like and my mom took it to this place in Ocala where they like actually like they work to earn certain clothes and then they're also given certain clothes. So it's
Yeah.
not like they like charge them for it, but it's almost like they have to earn it in a way. And then they also have a separate section where they don't, you know, where you can just donate and give. So they were like, oh my gosh, this is Christmas. Like, cause it all has tags on it and it's, you know,
Yeah.
brand new. So,
Yeah.
but I can't tell you like the weight that I have felt lifted and like it does, it's some of that stuff, like the clutter and it starts to like just weigh on you so heavily. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm like, here, I'll show you some clutter. Here's a belt. Here's a random belt, hair clip, highlighter. Got some essential oils in here, you know. Oh, here's some what's
Oh,
this?
yeah.
Oh, here's my I was looking for this earlier.
It's in there for
My
this month.
hairspray. So yeah, there is clutter everywhere. But yeah, I found though that the more that I've gotten in the habit of doing the dishes at night and I can wake
Mhm.
up to a clean kitchen and a clean sink, it changes everything. It's like I don't wake
Yeah.
up with that anxiety. I'm like, I have to move all this stuff out of the sink just to like wash a cup, you
Just
know?
cereal.
It's
Yes.
it's so overwhelming and frustrating. So good question. You got me. Oh, I love it. Here's a hair tie too if we want to get crazy. Oh, and it's got my daughter's hair all over it.
Turn the whole camera and just show you my nest.
Flip the camera. Oh my gosh, I
Okay.
love it.
She's over there blankets.
I don't know
I've
how she's
got
even sleeping. Oh my goodness.
right there.
Yes, I know mine. I don't know if mine's asleep yet or not. Shoot. Oh gosh. Well, that is so fun. All right. Well, let's get to my signature question. So this one, we get a little spiritual, a little magical with this. This is: have you ever felt or experienced energies, vibrations, spirits, any kind of ethereal stuff, or even alien-like? You know, anything like that? Because there's
Yeah.
so many different
So
encounters.
I I've had a couple, and I think I want to say about 8 or 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and my mom and I was a single mom, so it was just the two of us, and we were going to my aunt's house, and we were maybe 3 blocks away. All of a sudden, her car died. Couldn't jump it, couldn't anything. And this was like back before cell phones.
Right.
This was we were just
Maybe beepers, but probably not.
no, not even at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so like out of nowhere, this guy pulls up in this truck and he's like, "Hey, looks like you guys need help." And my mom is very, she's very much an introvert. She has a 3 foot bubble and she does not trust people. And she was like I just prayed, that God would help us.
Uh-huh.
Guy comes out of nowhere. He pushed our car to my aunt's house, and then she literally turned around to thank him, and he was gone. He was gone. The truck was gone. It was
Wow.
like
So he was totally cool and amazing and like an angel sent from literally like, where did you come from?
just an angel just came and just helped us right when we needed it. And I
Oh
mean,
my
I've had
gosh.
so many experiences like that. I mean,
Yeah.
there have been times where like I have lost my glasses and could not find them, and I've gone, God, where are they? And all of a
Mm.
sudden it's like, there they are,
Yep.
and tells me where, and I go look, and I'm like, why are they there?
Right. Right. That
Um,
intuition totally kicks in.
yeah,
And then, or, the spirits from, telling you like, thank you.
it's there.
It is.
So
It's so interesting. I remember working at the law office, Morgan and Morgan, once as a receptionist, and had the other girl. The other girl was right there. I was here. This lady checked in, but she didn't write down her name, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "What's her name?" And the girl was like, "I don't
just take
know,
that.
can't remember." But like, she was a regular, and like, I mean, this lady came in like when she had her outfit. everything was blue or everything was red. I mean, wig, shirt, pants,
Wow.
shoes, purse, nails. Like, I mean, she was fabulous. So she was one of those people that you really like remembered, you know? And but we couldn't remember her name. There was something, and then all of a sudden I heard it in my ear, like out loud in my ear, and I was like, oh yeah, you know, and I'm sitting at the computer, I'm like, oh yeah. And then I was like, wait a second. I said, I looked at the girl, I said, did you just say that? And she looked at me and said what? I'm like, her name, Marie. It's like coming to me right now. See what I mean? Like this was like 10 years ago. So it's interesting, but I heard like the full name in my ear, and I was like, that was my first only probably experience that I've heard. And it kind of like, you know, I was like, okay, I'm okay with like getting the intuitive downloads out of nowhere, but like actually hearing a voice in my ear and knowing it wasn't the girl next to me, you know, but that's all about like, you know, I was opening up that door to you know. And when I worked at Morgan, so many people, I was an empath, you know, I'm an empath, so people would just tell me their life story. Like, okay, thank you for that.
Way too much now.
Yes, right. So that's why I was like, you know, I'd have all these people talking to me all the time, you know, and I'm fair. I get along with pretty much everybody. So I'm like, I love chatting and talking, and you know, and then I'm like, oh, hold on a second. You know, my happy you know, Morgan voice. But
The professional voice.
yes, I know. It was so funny because they're totally like it's totally different. You know, I have a very deep voice, and a lot of people when they would like either just see me in a picture or meet me, they're like, "Whoa, I wasn't expecting your voice to be so deep." I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
Up like an octave for some reason. But
Yep.
everybody was like, oh, you have the best phone voice.
Yes, it is, right? Thank you for calling Morgan and Morgan. This is Antoinette. How can I help you? You know? Oh, one moment. Sure, let me transfer you through. I loved it. It was fun, but 200 to 500 phone calls a day took its toll.
That's a lot.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of
Yep, yep.
energy. That's when I really started getting into this work because, you know, I could feel all that energy through the phone. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, dude, I didn't put you through to voicemail on purpose. Like, stop cursing me out. Yeah, it was crazy. So, oh my gosh. Okay, here's a fun one.
Okay.
What flavor ice cream would you be if you were an ice
Chocolate chip cookie dough.
cream? Ooh, that's a good one.
Right?
So
So
let's
because you
see.
like the cookie dough pieces that are sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You got like the chocolate that's got like that hard edge there that knows how to
Yes.
just
Ooh, okay, yeah. Oh, I like it. And then the chocolate's a little rich, but not too rich, right?
mm-hmm.
It's like the perfect chocolate chip, or what, right? And then there's is it like vanilla ice cream then?
Yes. I prefer the Briars because like I love Publix everything,
Right.
but they use dark chocolate. And I need milk chocolate in my cookie dough. Like
Yes. Yeah, that's, you know, that's one thing I do miss is milk chocolate. But I have found a great brand called Enjoy Life, and it
nice.
is completely allergen free. Like literally free of the top 8, I think it is, the major 8 allergens. So no
Yeah.
dairy, no gluten, no casein, which is like my major dairy one.
Yeah,
Woo,
that was a big
I mean,
one for
I'm
me.
allergic to all the dairies, but you know.
Yeah.
So I thought I really thought I could never live without chocolate too. But then I found this one. I couldn't. Let's just put it that way. I can't.
We'll make it
Oh
happen.
my gosh. This has been so fun. Well, thank you for joining me. And before we go, where can the audience connect with you online? I know we will be connecting the links, but just so we can kind of verbalize it.
So online, you can find us at Tink Belle Crafts on Facebook. And, shoot us a message. We'll get you taken care of whatever you need. If you find a shirt online, you're like, hey, I like that shirt. I don't want to spend $70 on it. And it's got
Right.
this cool, let me know. I made one for Bridget a few weeks ago.
Oh,
And she absolutely,
awesome.
so there it is. Made that. It was just a wall
Yes.
decal I wanted.
I love
So
them.
do any of that. And then next Saturday, for those in Pinellas County, if you're in Hillsborough and you want
Yes.
to come over,
Yes.
we will be at a mental health fair. and it's at Lake Seminole Park,
Mm.
um, which is near. It's on Park, and it's near Starkey. So if you're in that area, it's actually just like 5 minutes from us.
Awesome.
Um, but a friend of mine started a nonprofit called Signed with Love, and she went through some very depressive times in her life, dealt with some suicide stuff from other people around her, and so she started putting these signs up on the Sunshine Skyway, just reminding people that they were loved, that
Oh,
their life was worth it. Um, and
yes.
so she is having a official kickoff as a nonprofit organization to bring mental health awareness to the community and hopefully stretch across the USA one day.
Yes.
Um,
What a wonderful
but
thing. I feel like I remember there was like a news article or something, right? Or like a, oh my
there
gosh.
was a news article last week, I want to say,
Oh my gosh. I love
and
that. That's so
so,
wonderful.
yeah, 11 o'clock next Saturday, we'll be doing that. We'll have all of our stuff with us. We're even, I'll show you one thing I made today.
Yes, show some goodies.
So one of the things we'll have is Christmas cards,
How
because
cute.
you can't go see family this year really, and so they're all just fun and simple, and then you can write whatever you want on the
Yeah,
inside.
perfect.
Um, and yeah, and so they'll be inexpensive. They're handmade, every single one of them.
Mhm.
We do birthday cards too and stuff. So if you want something like that,
Yeah.
um,
Oh,
we have
that's so
those out
nice.
there. We'll have a few vases with us, our ornaments.
And those are
We'll do.
glitter, right, on the inside?
So yeah, they are. You can see it, the
Ooh, there it
sparkles there.
is. Ooh, that's
They're
beautiful.
so fun. And they're not expensive. I'm not charging $10 a pop for them. I'm charging like $3 or $4. So everything we have is very affordable. Again,
That's
it's not
good.
for us to make money. It's just for us to be able to give back and
Yeah.
pay for a couple of art supplies with her.
Yeah.
We'll also have masks, and if there's something you want, we don't have it, let us know. We'll make it.
Right, right. Custom orders are the best because then you
Yeah.
can literally get exactly what you want.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yes.
goodness. Well, this is
So
great. I wish I could make it. I'll be probably out of town. That's my parents' anniversary, 25 years.
happy anniversary, Mama Mel.
I know, right? I'm like, oh gosh. And I was in the wedding, so it's like, oh my goodness, it's gonna be so crazy. So we're like doing a whole like run through and stuff again. It'll be really fun. I'm excited. But of
Yes.
course, it has to be, social distanced and
Right.
the rules. But luckily,
Yes.
we don't have to wear the masks, like, because everybody will be distanced. So I'm like, okay, we can still see smiles and faces and tears and joy, emotion.
Uh, Tomorrow I am making some. A friend of mine asked me, she goes, "Can you make me some masks? I've got a friend who's a bride and we're going to go look at dresses. And can you make some masks for us?" Sure. So I'm going to work on those
Oh,
tomorrow,
like
and then I'll
lace
post
or something like, oh,
they, because you can't, the lace has too many holes in it, so it's not technically safe.
right.
But it's gonna be like the wedding colors
Yeah.
on the mask, and then it'll say
Cute.
bride, bridesmaid, um,
That's cute.
and then I think I'm gonna put like a little wedding ring or something on the other side.
Yeah.
So
That'll be
those
nice.
are those are the ones
Bride
I really
tribe or
enjoy.
something. But
Yeah,
is it like her
so
maid of honor that's going with her or something?
it's gonna be the maid of honor, three bridesmaids, and then her.
Oh,
Um,
that's cute.
So yeah,
That is
it's
cute.
we get to do those custom. Like I can sit here and I can make these masks all day,
Yeah.
which are and we've got great patterns. But when I can sit there and actually just design something,
Right.
or if I do like a mommy and me set or a daddy and
Oh,
me
that would be
set,
cute.
Belle and I have we've got plenty of matching ones. I mean we've got
I love it.
uh, ones, that are outer space and the shuttle and everything on it, because she wants to be an
Yeah.
astronaut today. So we've got so much stuff. We've got Mandalorian ones.
Oh my gosh, I love Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda.
This is just
People
Mandalorian.
love Yoda.
But yes,
Mandalorian,
That's what I
that's
will
so
do
cool.
at some point just for fun.
Sometimes it's like, why not? Like,
Yeah,
come on.
like, I just sometimes you just need to do it for yourself.
True. That's so true. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Well, this has been such a spectacular episode. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for honestly telling us about all of that stuff. I mean, wow, like you blew my mind with some of that. Like I know we kind of talked about what we're going to talk about, but like, woo! I mean, I
Yeah.
didn't even know about like the rescue and being able to donate. And I mean, it's probably, and like obviously they could use it, or dog food or bags of dog food or even stuff like that. But I feel like then you're taking that, it's like they have all different types of dogs. So it's like
Right.
something, but
Every
money
rescue needs.
actually would be good because like you said, because then it's like they get it for the vaccine or for the shots or for the, or they need
Yeah,
special dog food.
right. Rescues like ours, we have the foster pay for like food and toys, and then the rescue pays for all medical care.
Oh, good.
So it's
That's
not bad. It's
great.
great. You get to have a dog in your home for 2 months,
Yes,
and it's
right. And then
awesome.
not to have the extra expenses. And
Don't
you
have
can
to pay
still
for
get that
the
love. Right. Oh my gosh,
bill.
that's so great. Well, we will definitely connect the link for that. I know we talked about we'll connect the link for the Facebook, for the Corgi Rescue for sure. That
Yes,
way, that's like, because that's a big one. So, oh my
yes.
gosh. Well, thank you to our audience for joining us for the Flow Through Life podcast. This has been episode 2. It has been absolutely amazing. I am sending you guys all lots of love and light. Oh, right on time. I love it.
That's my foster baby.
I love it.
Yes, thank
Well,
you
thank
all.
you
Thank
again.
you.
This has
So
been
I'll
so fun.
yes. So I'll catch up with
All right. Sounds
you.
great.
Bye, love.
Bye.